Hey everyone, it's Hamsa Sandra. Today is our Friday, so it's weekly messages. I apologize right off the bat if I'm a little slur on my speech. Been having a really bad week with my ataxia, so I apologize if my speech is slightly slurred today. So we are going to do a card reading. That's what the spirit's kind of telling me to do. This is a deck that I randomly pull, and we're going to go ahead and open it up. And I realize this is one of my favorite decks. I got this in Hawaii, I think a little over 2 years ago, 3 years ago now. So, and this is what it looks like. And hopefully you guys can see me a little bit better. I didn't last week when I was adjusting the camera. I forgot to refocus it, so therefore it was kind of blurry, so I apologize for that too as well. So these are the cards. This is what it looks like, and I'm going to kind of adjust my camera just a little bit so you can kind of see. This is kind of what they look like. Let me readjust on my face again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ask Spirit, and I'm going to shuffle the deck and just kind of pull 3 cards and see what this week's message is. And this is one I kind of use it to actually clear my cards. It's actually a new piece I bought here in Washington. I went to this fabulous store in Kent called More Than Rocks. It was really nice to be able to go there and kind of go shopping for a few stones. I definitely needed some stones this week, so. Okay, so I'm done shuffling. Once again, if you guys remember, I asked Spirit for love and kindness and for the message for this week. I didn't do this last week where I showed you where I actually picking the cards. I'm actually going to kind of shuffle these just a little bit more because they're telling me I need to shuffle just a few more, and then I'm just going to pick 3 cards, 2 and 3. So these are the cards that I picked, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to review the cards and see what they say for what images that they're trying to give off to me. Okay, this is the first card that I'm going to read. What I'm getting off is right now we are in this transition phase, and everybody's kind of going through this heart transition phase. So it's like you're kind of getting to the matters at hand, and that's what that like swirl right there for me it's coming into. That's the message that right now is the matters that are at heart, you are actually kind of scooping them up and actually working with them. The thing is, don't allow these emotions that you're going through to get you stuck in like that little whirlpool right there. That's kind of like a little vortex. You can definitely get yourself out of it, and that's what the other 2 cards are speaking about. But right now, everyone's kind of just like dealing with these emotions that are kind of like swirling of the heart, and if they're being brought up, and it's really, really confusing because you're like, why is this being brought up now? Because a lot of it's like old stuff, so it's like almost old karmic paths. So that is what this card is reading. The other thing is too, with the sunrise, it's reading as a sunrise instead of a sunset. With the sunrise, it means you're able to pull yourself out of it. This is the second card I'm reading. And this card is reading as far as gathering the wisdom from your faith, from celestial beings. And also, it's a protection. You're kind of like the bird in here. You're kind of like the bird, and this is kind of like your protection part right there. So you're being protected, but you have to ask the higher powers to allow you to go through what you need. So basically you need to ask the universes for what you need. Okay, this is the third card, and it goes back to asking the universe. I'm seeing the elder here. Elders are very wise, but this is also goes back into that cycling. So this is kind of like the phases that you're having to go through. For those that are, I keep on seeing the water. The water keeps coming forward. So those that are attracted to water, go and like do a water cleansing. So even if it's like sitting in a bath with like maybe some Epsom salts or something like that, definitely do that. If you are one that is drawn to nature, trees, go and sit out like in the grass or just sit out in nature for a little bit. If you have a beach nearby, that's like great. So just kind of go sit on the rocks and do that. So these cards are my Hawaiian mana cards, and actually they have little sayings that kind of go with them, and I'm going to read those. I normally never use these unless they call for me to use. They're like little cheat sheets, I guess you can say, but I don't use them because I read cards differently. So, but I'm going to actually read what the numbers are for this because it's telling me I need to, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. The first card was 24, and I have to search through these because, like I said, I never use these. Excuse me, the first card was 39. It was this card right here. And according to the little cheat sheets, as I like to call them, for those that like don't, it was talking about relationships can drain or energize. Ohana maybe. Blood or choice, elevate your independence and focus on those that are most supportive and loving. That was what actually, excuse me, apparently I was supposed to get that message because that was not the message that, it's not even the number. That was actually number 36, but apparently I was supposed to get that message. So, the message for those that are dealing with relationship issues, the message is relationships can drain or energize, but family may be blood or choice. Elevate your independencies and focus on those that are supportive and loving. And that kind of goes what the card reading was talking about, but that was not even part of the cards. See what happens when spirit just kind of like comes in and intervenes. So apparently I was supposed to read this today, and I'm trying to find. This sounds so silly. Seriously, these are like the little cheat sheets, and I'm trying to find 39, and I cannot find 39. Like I said, I don't use these. Okay. 39, you're called to share your gifts with others and be present. See yourself as you are and not as what you were. Fulfill the mission with courage and confidence. You are ready. It goes back to kind of like what we were saying, because this is you're taking the matters at heart. This is like the heart right here, this little swirl. And then the next number was number 1. And according to the little cheat sheets here, be comfortable with the mystery of the divine. Not all questions need to be answered. Uncertainty is part of the process. Relinquish control and accept with gratitude the lessons that come from seemingly negative people or circumstances. So what I was talking about is, you're having to grab from your faith base, the higher power. And that's kind of coincides to what these little cheat sheets are saying as well. 24, which was this card, and according to the little cheat sheet here, I've never used these things, so it talks about share confusion, contradictions, and aspirations, restore harmony and balance through the honest dialogue and forgiveness, reaffirm commitments. So that's what the little cheat sheet said. As you notice, I read it slightly different. Some of them are pretty much the same, along the same lines. So that is your message for this week. I just wanted to thank everybody for coming and listening to the message for this week, and mahalo. That means thank you in Hawaiian. And also a lot of love and light, and I'll see you guys next time.